Hello, everybody. I took a few days off because the snow days around here was depressing me. But I hope you're all having a good afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time zone it may happen to be. And let me see, while this game launches, I am going to real quick grab something. Hi, Maxie. How you doing? I just had to use the little person man's room real quick. And I watched X-Men 3 from the mid 2000s or uh, earlier today, so I'm doing awesome. Let's hope my connection holds up this time. Ah, there we go. I reported a bunch of people and I wasn't getting any messages about it. Before we move on to the game, let me see what my proficiency's at. I'm halfway to Lord, so I'm sure some people are sick of seeing streamers play this game, but guilty as charged, at least for right now. We can switch to something else in a bit. And I didn't even check if anyone I know is playing right now, but that shouldn't be a big deal.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. You don't have to be a witch to find the magic in this world, but it does help.
So when I was playing off stream with a bunch of people, there were quite a few uh, absolutely wild names that we had to report. A couple of them were straight up slurs, so I hope that doesn't happen right now.
Chaos surrounds us, but I will gladly show it to his 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Sexy Cave Bro is pretty good.
I wish I could say the same, Father. Thank you for the invite, but I think I will pass. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
All right,
That's
that connection icon is not
bridges
promising.
between dimensions are breaking down. It's up to us to protect them. Now, a disappearing
Well, this is going fucking great.
reborn from the chaos. Help get that vehicle to its destination. Now, a disappearing act.
I wonder. I don't know if Logan would refer to himself as your boy. If this doesn't pan out, we can always go back to Zelda, which is gonna give us fodder for streams for weeks probably.
Reborn from the chaos.
Okay, you just wouldn't move me. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've seen Namor's ult kill a single person. Nope. I don't know what I thought I was doing there.
My fate is
Oh, that Christmas Groot skin is pretty good.
Get that vehicle moving again! Be right back.
Oh, we have too many DPSs. That would explain it.
Rest easy now. You've earned it, Father. My fate isn't sealed yet.
Leave me alone.
I won't make the same mistakes again. Get that vehicle moving again! Goodbye. Executioner! They look like they mean business. A disappearing. Feeling stronger already. Now, a disappearing act.
Pulse charge, fire! Going for 4.
We will clear the way, Spider.
There's another one down.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Angry little squids? That'll be a Namor thing.
You're halfway there. Keep going. A disappearing.
Coming up behind. Trouble has arrived. Without Reed, we've got problems.
Feeling stronger already.
This is probably not the day for rivals, now that I'm thinking about it.
My work here is not done. Now, a disappearing act.
I really didn't want to see Sexy Cave Bro MVP. All right. So what we learned is that I can't play this right now. So instead, we're gonna switch up to Zelda. Where I don't remember where we left off. Greetings, Blackstone. Hope that you're having a lovely evening. You were doing Marvel Rivals, but that didn't quite work out, and and also I get enough of that with I play enough of that with Viper and friends. So let me pull up Breath of the Wild. I took basically the snow week off because I didn't want to do nothing else. Where are my headphones? I mean, I get that, but we get snow here maybe like maybe once a year. Well, this might be a bit of a problem. Is my sister here? Because I'm borrowing the Zelda game on her account on her Switch, which means that uh, if she's playing it at the same time, it'll boot me out. So is she here? I do have alternatives. We always have. Let me see. I know there's some games that I just completely abandoned. Let's call it a variety stream. I do need to get around to Sonic Adventure 2 at some point. We need to finish Max Payne 3 eventually. Uh, I do want to play I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, but I would need to like warn people ahead of time about the content of that game because it's fucked up. Uh, eh, we can actually. I'm feeling like Dead Space 2. I think that's the move. But yeah, we just are not used to it. Like there was like a 4 year period that ended about 4 years ago where we just never got any snow at all. I have started my New Year's resolution of old watching old movies, mostly good ones. I hope that I've never seen before. Uh, Although the most recent movie I watched was not part of that initiative. I watched the third X-Men movie earlier today because I don't have to explain myself to you. Old is basically anything before I was born, so 95. I'm talking like the first one I watched was 2001: A Space Odyssey, so like I'm talking like the classics. That is the wrong one. But I mainly want to complain about X-Men 3 right now, which I don't think I've seen since it was in theaters when I was 11. And yeah, I mean the fan four stick was kind of on my mind as I was watching it, and I was also thinking I've never seen Dark Phoenix, which everyone has told me is somehow much worse. So like, uh, I'm not gonna let people bully me into watching that one, but I was thinking of the reasons why that might be, and this is not having seen it, of course. X-Men 3 felt like the actors were still trying with even with the mostly dog shit material that they were given. Like it kind of as far as the Magneto stuff in X-Men 3 goes, it feels like they're trying to embarrass Sir Ian McKellen, but they're failing even when they have him say stupid shit. And I just realized that the game was way too loud. I had forgot. Okay, noted. Avoid that man. I had forgotten how eager that movie is to write certain characters out. Like Professor X lasts a while, but they get Cyclops out like as soon as possible. And they get Mystique out pretty quick. Although she technically comes back, but they depower her. Yeah, yeah. I I was someone I know is like watching all of the X-Men movies, or at least the ones that he wants to watch, and I was like, "You need to watch the bad ones too." And he was like, "Only if you watch it with me." And I was like, "Fine." But yeah, and I kind of got snarky because I forget what happened. I think it was the first scene when Angel is cutting off his wings and it's super fucking gross. I was like, "Thanks, Brian," and then I remembered that Brian Singer wasn't because I always forget that Brian Singer didn't have any involvement or had what didn't direct it. It's Brett Ratner, another Predator. What esteemed company to be in. Yeah. And speaking of creeps, actually, I do think that I owe, even though I don't think I talked about this ever like online. I I do feel like I kind of failed my own standards with regards to the Neil Gaiman situation because when the story about Neil Gaiman broke, I was skeptical because it was broken by a right wing publication, and that kind of stuck in my brain. And so I feel like I failed the believe victims test basically. But Neil Gaiman is a monster, and I hate that that's true, but that's where we are. Oh no, they got microwave pizza on them. Well, I had like a bunch of gaming stuff on my list for comics I was gonna read, but I never got around to it because I haven't read most of them. I have never read firsthand, and I'm glad that I didn't go through with it because that would have been a lot of whiplash to go through. My mom recently became a big fan of Neil Gaiman's like 2 or 3 years ago. I haven't talked to her about it. Um, it's mainly because they there was an article that came out like 4 or 5 days ago, and I could only read like the first like fifth of that article. It's way worse than you think it's going to be. All right, let's get Isaac out of here. But there's no like ambiguity here. There's no shades of gray or any way you can interpret it other than directly just acknowledging uh that something truly evil took place. Oh, is it our dead wife? But Cyclops is like, because I was talking about James Marsden the other day and how I feel like, and how I kind of feel bad not to like denigrate like his accomplishments or his career, but he always seemed like somebody that should have been bigger than he was, and part of it was that in 2006 he had to make a choice between Superman Returns and X-Men 3, and there was no winning. Well, the reason that he didn't have a bigger role is because he chose to commit more to Superman Returns, is what I'm saying.
Hull breach rectified.
That's why he's removed like 20 minutes into the movie, and maybe and possibly why the script like almost completely forgets about him after he dies. It takes Wolverine several hours to ask what happened to Cyclops from Jean. Stop going to the save station. I'm trying to pick up money.
Welcome to Microstore. CEC engineer Isaac Clarke. Updating inventory to CEC engineering loadout.
I have also not seen Superman Returns since it came out. And I'm pretty sure I fell asleep because I was 11. Superman Returns is like I think the case study of like when you hold something in too much reverence. Like it is way too concerned about just recapturing the Christopher Reeve movies that it doesn't seem like it wants to do anything else. And Singer also played into the Jesus imagery a lot that Zack Snyder also gets deservedly gets a lot of shit for. I don't want to go in there
Entering vacuum.
because I need air to breathe.
Exiting vacuum.
I'm there was a period where I thought about rewatching Superman Returns, and then the Kevin Spacey thing happened. And now I just don't want to under any real circumstances.
Entering vacuum.
Usual Suspects is also on the list, even though I think it's came out slightly after I was born. Well, I actually rewatched Man of Steel recently. I rewatched the DC movies up to the Whedon cut of Justice League, and Man of Steel is still. I still don't like it. I still think it's bad for all of the reasons that I thought it was bad before. But I did like it a little better. Uh, because and part of part of why is because I realized that it hello. Sir, not like this. I will be with you people in a second. Okay, that one just wouldn't let me leave. Oh, that's okay. I can recharge my slow-mo. Okay, holy shit. Oh, I lost. I don't know how necessary that part was. Okay. So, like, what I was gonna say before I got jump scared was that it's actually it's more or less completely free of all of the like the bad tropes of like something that's trying to start a universe. It's almost completely self-contained. There's no franchise baiting. It's not a take of the character that I really agree with, but it is solely concerned with presenting that take and not teasing future movies. Okay, it looks like we got through half of the boss fight that time. Oh shit. That's better. Holy shit. I'll be right with you, Mr. Nasty. Holy shit. So yeah, Matt, fuck off.
Jesus, that thing was angry. Dana, I'm out of the hospital.
Okay, the tram station is just beyond the apartment block.
Hang on. I need more answers. How long have I been here?
3 years. Tideman found you floating in space near Aegis 7 and brought you here for study.
Why can't I remember anything?
The marker you found imprinted your brain with a self-replicating signal. The longer you're awake, the more the signal spreads. It's killing you, Isaac. Tideman tried to keep it in check with memory suppressants.
You said you could fix it, right?
Only if you reach me in time. Tram station, get moving.
So yeah, Man of Steel is like a more self-contained thing than it doesn't have the like franchise baiting problems that like Batman v Superman does. Now, admittedly, part of my and I do think that that is why I felt that way about Man of Steel, because I did not like Batman v Superman anymore the second time I watched it. And I watched the extended version when I had previously only seen the theatrical version of Batman v Superman. So some of the dumb shit from Batman v Superman might have been just from the extended edition. Because Zack Snyder thinks that people won't take a movie seriously if it's less than 3 hours long, or something. I've actually rewatched the first and second X-Men movies several times, like because I think they actually hold up decently well. But it's been like 5 years. And so there are probably details that I'm forgetting. But the fact the fact that they're in a school is so perfunctory in X-Men 3. The like student characters feel like they have almost nothing to do. And I completely forgot that Elliot Page was Kitty Pryde, or that they made Colossus American. I'm going to go use the little person man's room very quickly. He was good, but she kind of doesn't do much besides make the Juggernaut look stupid, which he was already doing fine on his own. And she also makes herself look stupid because when they go to rescue the kid who can nullify mutant powers, she grabs him and then is surprised that her powers don't work. Kelsey Grammer is similarly wasted. Uh, okay, let's go with that. Something that I was completely unaware of is that Bill Duke is in the movie, and they call his character Trask, as in the guy that created the Sentinels, but they don't go anywhere further with that. Bill Duke was clearly did not want to fucking be there.
Attention. This is Director Tideman. A station-wide emergency is in effect. In accordance with Titan Station Civic Code, I am declaring martial law.
They did, basically. They don't say his full name, but we can just assume that that is indeed what happened. I mean, that's the Caps is relatable.
This is Director Tideman. A station-wide
I forgot that Psylocke is part of the the punk rock mutants that Magneto adopts, that they call the Morlocks, who are the Morlocks who are played by a bunch of hot people. And I don't think Psylocke has any dialogue, and she also has powers that don't fit Psylocke. I learned recently that, like a couple days ago, that the Psylocke that's in Marvel Rivals is actually not Betsy Braddock or the girl whose body she was in. It's a completely new Psylocke because they wanted to just sidestep that problem entirely. like they did with Iron Fist. Oh man. Hey! Why didn't my slow-mo powers work on it? He's like... He's like... He started as a character called Swordmaster, I think. He's like from 2017-ish. He's new. He's new, and they just want to. They understandably want to remove the white savior elements from Danny Rand, which I would kind of feel like you could just do by making Danny Rand Asian, but they kind of just went a different route. There were a couple things I was gonna say about X-Men. I don't remember what. I assume that Mystique was written out of the movie because Rebecca Romijn hated being in the makeup. Like, viscerally hated it. And then she ended up having to be in makeup for most of her role anyway. Yeah. Well, allegedly, he has denied this, but allegedly the only reason that Iron Fist wasn't Asian in the MCU is because Jeff Loeb vetoed it. Everyone else involved in casting wanted to cast an Asian American to sidestep the white savior problem. And this is actually the face I made after I watched Iron Fist.
It's the drugs, Isaac. They gave us drugs to make us forget.
Do I know you?
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you calling me? Isaac.
I don't know you, man. What a dickhead. Where did they go? Oh! I watched, I was going to start watching Star Trek again because today is actually the 30th anniversary of Star Trek Voyager. And this man is being a huge wiener, and I need him to stop. we're getting close to the 29th anniversary of that episode of Voyager where Paris and Janeway turn into lizards and then make babies. There are still laundromats in like the 27th century or whenever the fuck this is. Also, oh yeah, I found out about David Lynch. One of the Discord buddies was really upset about it. Stop it, woman! What incredible cinematography. We have to stomp on their bodies to make items fly out of them. The other thing is that, about X-Men 3, or one of the other things, is that it's basically a combination of the Dark Phoenix arc and, I forget what the name of the arc is, but Joss Whedon wrote it, where there's a mutant cure. It's basically a combination of those two things, and it's very inelegantly woven together. Basically, Dark Phoenix starts happening, like the cure is like the main plot, and the Dark Phoenix stuff interrupts it. And additionally, the movie gives too much screen time to Angel, who can be completely cut out from the movie entirely. Oh, someone's yelling. Hang on. I had my headphones off for a second. Now, X-Men 3 is very special because it's the first Marvel movie ever to have a post-credit sequence, which I will explain after we take this elevator.
There are necromorphs everywhere. Is the entire sprawl infected? How'd this happen? The asteroid, Dana. I destroyed it.
You destroyed a marker, Isaac. Tybin built another one.
On this station? Why?
It's powerful alien technology. Tybin wants that power. Get to the tram. It'll take you to the Cassini Towers plant station.
Dana? Damn it.
But I don't think I ever knew that. I don't think I actually knew that X-Men 3 had a post-credit sequence. But the post-credit sequence is that Xavier ends up possessing his comatose twin brother who doesn't have a brain anymore. No, Magneto moving the chess pieces before the credits. After the credits is Xavier possessing his brother's body, who is briefly shown earlier in the movie. And that is why in Days of Future Past Xavier is back, but they never explain that like at all.
Holy shit!
Now, I actually got into a brief argument, or not an argument, but a discussion, because the explanation for Jean is that the Phoenix is a dark, like hidden personality. It's that's what they go with in the movie. And the person I was watching with thinks it would have been simpler to just go with the cosmic force idea, and I think that would have not been simpler at all. I think suddenly introducing cosmic shit 3 movies in with no warning would have not simplified things. And I think the fact that the Dark Phoenix movie did that and nobody liked it is might also speak to that. Oh, it's one of the booger boys. Got him. I'm. It's also just kind of like, I think we're looking at it from the perspective of people that have had the MCU for a long time, because this is just like a self-contained universe with just mutants, and that's kind of like all it needed to be. I do think that that the X-Men is that Singer has basically admitted that he doesn't really care about the X-Men, and you can kind of feel that by the way that they simplify things. But I also think that that not including the cosmic stuff makes sense in the context that those movies were made in. I forgot that Juggernaut yells, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch." I completely forgot about that part. Oh no, spooky. We already know that our wife is dead, so I don't know what the tension is. I read that they actually contacted Vinnie Jones to reprise the Juggernaut for a cameo in the new Deadpool, and he was like, "No thanks, I'm good, fam." I probably should have put a spoiler warning in front of that, but I strongly suspect that nobody cares. Let's see, are there any more goodies down here? Now, something that I had also forgot, because I forgot that in the first X-Men movie, Pyro's only a cameo in the first X-Men movie, but he's played by a different actor, and the story behind that is actually tragic because he was a young man that Bryan Singer had groomed and like promised him like roles and stuff, and then he got that brief appearance in the first X-Men movie, and then he tried to speak out, and then he just got fired and replaced. I don't remember if there was a reason that I brought that up. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have. But yeah, he's in there very briefly, and I didn't know until recently that a reason that dark was why he got recast. Hacking is mainly just fisting the wall. Everybody knows that. I think we might have to drop some stuff. Hey! I swear there was another thing about X-Men 3. The stuff they did with Rogue feels like it was supposed to be a bigger part of the movie, but it's just not. Where she decides to take the cure. Oh, okay. I was like, Isaac. Man, I did not hit that button fast enough. You know, I kind of get that he died. You didn't have to make all of his insides explode out of him. Give me 1 second. I've got good news. We might switch back to Marvel Rivals. Because some buds are around. But let me think. But one of the movies I was watching was that I was watching for my own edification was I watched 2001 and I watched the sequel 2010, uh, which are both pretty good. Says a grown man in the year 2025. I watched I watched Chinatown, so like so I've had a theme going of movies directed by predators. I watched what the fuck did I watch? I watched it's on the tip of my tongue. The Untouchables, that was it. It was so good that I forgot what it was fucking called. Now we are going to see if I can get if we can get this to work. Then we can join Viper and friends who are running it in the VC right now. Uh, well, the interesting thing about Chinatown is I did a I took part in a drunken watch party for The Bye Bye Man, which is a shitty slasher movie from 2016, and I watched that like a couple days before I watched Chinatown. And the thing that you are probably not going to believe about The Bye Bye Man, a shitty like cheap slasher movie or horror movie from 2016, is that it has something in common with Chinatown, and that is that they both have Faye Dunaway in it. They like kidnapped her from somewhere. Let me see if this works. It does not look promising.
We would be better off making a deal with Mephisto.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
And if I knew that the criteria was shitty Faye Dunaway movies, I would have suggested that we watch Supergirl instead. Let me try one more time. I know. It's so random.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging. You don't have to be a witch to find the magic in this world. But
I was like, what? Why did you bring her in here? Leave that woman be. She did her time. And I think that Supergirl is the superior bad Faye Dunaway movie, but that's neither here nor there.
chaos surrounds us. But I will gladly show it who is in control. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
You're a shooter like me. There's no shooter like me, buddy. Never figured I'd have something in common with a talking raccoon.
I'm glad that I tested that connection before I jumped into it into a game with Viper. So it looks like that's a no go. So let me see what other games we have here. I forget where it was, but somebody was telling me that they think The Flash is the best DC movie, and I was like, "You're a government plant. Nobody believes you." They might have been trolling. I don't know. I don't talk to them that much, but they were just saying shit. The Flash is like, because like the Flash, I got really high before I went to go see it, and that was a mistake. And I almost never say that about movies. Let me see what we have going on. We have Clock Tower, which is way too stressful for right now. All right, I've got. Let me see. I never know what to do when my original game doesn't work out. But I've got a couple, and I can try to flip a coin to see what happens. Let's play Arzat. Let me pull that up. Sorry about that.
The kingdom of Faramore knew peace for an age. A beautiful, bountiful land. It has been ruled by the royal Rockland family for generations. Such tranquility could not last. Opposed to this
So this
peace,
is a spiritual
the evil
successor to
demon
those
lord,
cursed-looking Zelda
who amassed
games
an
that I
army
showed
of
off that
evil
one time.
in an effort to conquer the land.
And I've technically
and
streamed this
plunge
before,
into
but I
the
thought it was
eternal
fun, so we'll do it again.
Driven by greed and power, several defected to Daimer's cause, like Duke Nodelki, lord of the island nation of Amalog. Long battles ensued, with hope fading from the heart.
And while the animation is very similar,
In a
it's
desperate measure,
overall better
the
because they
king
actually
and
paid these
his
people.
royal advisor, Wagram,
Unlike in
directed an
the
assault
90s,
upon
when-
Daimer's
when they
land
paid the Russian
in the
animators in
country
like
of Ocarin.
basically
After
sandwiches.
clearing a path, the Princess Arzette and an unlikely hero, Dale, confronted the Demon King.
I don't know if we need to hear this.
And Dale
Let's start a new game.
Years of scrubbing floors, finding these.
So this man was arrested for helping the evil Demon King or something.
But now,
Long last, I have returned. Nodalki, for freeing me, I offer you power.
yes, Master. Thank you.
I have still been reading comics
Soul.
a little bit. I've been reading the
Of course,
All New
Master.
Adam from like
Henceforth, you'll
2006 to like 2009.
in my name.
Oh no, he's gone Goblin mode. That's the one that stars the Chinese Adam, Ryan Choi.
My trusted servants.
Was that a fat dragon in suspenders?
Take each of these shards
I don't remember this game very well.
so that I may never be imprisoned again. My revenge will be unforgiving. The punishment will be eternal. This kingdom will be mine.
Your Majesty, our worst fears have come true. Daimer and his minions have returned.
That's impossible. What about the Jewel of Faramore?
Oh, our vigilance waned. The jewel shards are with the enemy.
Ah, easy peasy. We just gotta get the jewel back together and trap him in that old book, right?
If only. A dark fog has enveloped the land. It prevents our approach. Your eyes cannot see daylight out there.
So it turns out when you like have a good like a well-designed game around these cutscenes, it's a lot less like a fever dream. It's just more funny.
Oh well, what can we do?
Well, as you know, only a member of the royal family can rekindle the beacons.
I'm ready.
Well, I'm not.
Another issue. My scouts report sightings of dark tapestries that impede critical
I also read
paths.
the original Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle run last year, but I don't think I added that to the total. That was like 40 issues,
That settles it.
approximately.
Another fun adventure for me to stay out of.
Written by
Where
Keith
must I go?
Giffen.
I've placed teleportation scrolls throughout the kingdom that you may use, so long as the dark fog around them has been dispelled.
I'll be leaving then.
Good luck!
Get back before dinner!
Be safe, my daughter.
Oh, she's so cool.
Want to defeat Daimer?
Hello?
Let's let's get started. Move left or right to start running.
Well, at least
Press jump.
Gyfin left a dying shitpost as his final message. That's what I aspire to be.
Sword. Hey, you have a smart sword. It interacts with both objects and people. It hurts only those that aren't friendly. Get some bombs by slashing that bag. Press item to use items. Try bombing some column. Moving up allows you to enter doors and climb ladders. Go in that door. You can crouch by moving down.
I would probably, I probably will do the same thing. It's debatable whether my family would actually do it.
View your quest status and set options. So much space, huh? Some paths are closed to you until you have the right tools. Keep that in mind while you explore.
But I want my my posthumous communication to mainly just annoy people.
They'll open new areas, so be sure to find them.
I can't believe Person Man's fucking died, and this is the shit that he's talking about. I have thought about, like, if I decided to just retire from the internet and like burn my identity of like ways that I would just disappear, and one of them is that you just hear FBI open up, and then the stream cuts off, and you never hear or see or hear from me again.
Teleportation scrolls allow you to exit to the world map quickly. Go ahead, take off. Well, what are you waiting for? Defeat Dimer and have some fun.
Well, one other that I had was that I was gonna like send a Discord message saying, "Hang on, I need to scare off the coyotes," and then I never come back. But I decided it would be better if people were explicitly told what happened to me, or that I am indeed gone from this world. I don't want anyone who cares to be like unsure about what happened to me. But I was reading the All New Adam, which is again the Chinese Adam that takes over from Ray Palmer. And it's a very weird book. Both intentionally and in ways that I don't know if they were trying to be weird. But they pair up Ryan Choi with the Wonder Woman villain Giganta, who turns like 100 feet tall. I was familiar with that, like that they were paired together. I was not familiar with how it actually happens in the book. Giffen didn't write it. It was written by Gail Simone, the All New Adam. But the Giganta romance is mainly involves her talking about wanting to eat Ryan. And she actually does swallow him whole when she's brainwashed, which is when they first meet. I don't know what this little thing is for. Oh, it's a bonus level. Some Gail Simone stuff was on the list, but it ended up not working out.
Time's up.
Well, also that character was actually created by, or conceived of by, Grant Morrison, who was unable to actually write the book because of his schedule, so he passed it off to Gail Simone. So she's like channeling Grant Morrison energy. Birds of Prey is mainly what I was interested in, but I've only read I've only gotten as far as the Chuck Dixon era, who is truly one of the most unescapable people in my life right now. Oh, I thought that was a bad guy.
Finally sent someone to kill me. All right, make it snappy. I'm sure you got places to go, other people to kill.
No! Who would do that?
Oh, my name is Cypress. I want to move into.
I guess I didn't realize how prolific he was,
Thinks I'm a
but he came up a lot
I don't think that.
in the past year.
Really? You don't think I'm a disgusting rabid nut? You think you could convince the mayor to let me move in then, and stop thinking I'm the wolf among us? If you do, this old lantern is yours.
Actually, what would be fun to stream, not today, but maybe tomorrow, would be The Wolf Among Us, which is a game in the style of that Batman adventure game we played one time by the same devs, and is based on the Fables comics, which I have more affection for than possibly I should. Yeah, Telltale. The Wolf Among Us is a pretty good example of it. And there's allegedly a sequel coming out, but Telltale like went out of business like 6 years ago. So it's like mainly a new team that like bought the name. But anyway, with the Giganta stuff in the Atom book, I was talking about it, and or someone I know was talking about it, and they were kind of saying that they were uncomfortable with the giant / like swallowing fetish that's at play, and I thought that they were just being a little sensitive. I didn't realize that that's like literally what was going on in the comic. I was like, just because they have those powers doesn't mean that it's automatically playing to that fetish, but it actually is. It is literally doing that. That Star Trek game that story-based Star Trek game that we played was actually made by former Telltale people. Resurgence. I liked that better than I thought it would because it was. I could kind of tell that it didn't have a great budget, but it was really good. Hello?
Golly! It's our Zed!
Ho ho! You've already lit a beacon.
I doubt the rest will be that easy. Any new info?
Indeed. My scouts have reported blockades enchanted with color.
Girl, where are your nostrils?
How am I supposed to get through them?
You'll need a tool that can fire magic of the same color.
I forgot about the Spock voice. I think I remember looking into it, and there was speculation that it was secretly AI. It was like I mean, even though it's like clearly not, there's like a real guy credited. I don't think they just hired a patsy to do AI. And that was a little bit before AI got that good. Because unfortunately, AI voice is at the point where if you gave it like a wide enough sample, there's a decent chance that like most people wouldn't even be able to catch it. One of the other weird things about, well, I guess it's not weird. But I was reading it, and the plot kind of stopped. Well, it didn't stop, but it kind of took a turn to tie into Countdown to Final Crisis, or just Countdown, which is one of the worst events that DC has ever published.
You think you could convince the mayor to let me?
And then they show up in they show up at the end of an issue of All New Adam, and I'm like, God damn it! I was having a good time. Yeah. Not 52, but Countdown. A decent amount of Countdown was written by Dan Jurgens, who is a good writer. So they just must have given him nothing to work with. That is the book that you're thinking of, yes. Hey, wait a minute. If I had bombs, I could use that there. Well, there's nothing to do there. Let's call this a variety stream, like I said. Actually, we can play the Wolf Among Us in a second when it finishes installing. So let me pull up. Well, actually, there's a lot of shit. Countdown heavily featured Superboy Prime, who everyone was already sick of at by that point. And he yells like, "I'll kill you to death," because they were trying to like make fun of their fans who didn't like the books they were making. And I think that uh that resorting to making a straw man out of your fan base is kind of just a form of intellectual surrender. Just admitting that you have shit else to contribute. So let me pull up at least one of these pictures. And this picture that I'm about to share actually came up recently when I was watching Young Justice. Because one of the things that happens in Young Justice in the 4th season is that Mary Marvel, the sister of Captain Marvel, turns bad. And that also happened in Countdown, where she got like well, actually, it happened twice, but in Countdown, it involved her trying to beat Donna Troy to death with Kyle Rayner's unconscious body. Somebody drew this, and then somebody else had to pay them. And while we're here, because I feel like I can guess the comment that's going to result. I mean, no, not really. Now, this picture I'm about to share is not is a fan art, but the costume in it is real. Mary Marvel turned evil again in Final Crisis, and this is what she was wearing. So Grant Morrison has come out and said that he regrets that move, as he should. Okay, so like the execution went crazy, but like I'm looking at this article and Grant Morrison is saying that I think I used the wrong pronouns earlier. Grant Morrison uses they them, so I apologize if I got that wrong earlier. But what he was trying to do is that he was seeing, because this is like 2006, 2007, he was seeing the blatant sexualization of like Disney starlets, like even before they become adults, and he was trying to like say something about that by turning Mary Marvel into that. It did not go it did not go the way that he was probably expecting, and it was probably too far. But I do get that train of thought. I think I used the wrong pronouns again when I was talking about that. All right, let me remove that Mary Marvel picture and move that to my secret folder. Hell yeah. This is, of course, split up into episodes, so this should not take that long to do the first episode. Now, the thing with games like this is that games that focus on like player choice, uh, almost always have like your choices have a lot less impact than what is claimed. Like usually, the story railroads you uh, at a certain point, and because of that, I don't really like replaying games with that focus. Or when I do replay them, I just make the same choices because I don't want to know how much artificiality is in the choices I make. I just like the way the story goes is the way the story goes, and that's the end of my curiosity on the matter. Like the way that Star Trek game went is just the way it went in my head, and I'm not gonna look up like what the other scenarios are. And for those who are unaware, like I think he did it like last year, but the creator of Fables declared that all of the Fable uh, all of the Fable comics, or at least the intellectual property, are all public domain now, and I think stuff being public domain is mainly a public good, like for the most part. But I'm I'm very skeptical about like whether he can actually do that. Because it's like it was co-owned by him and DC. And they are certainly arguing that he cannot just declare it public domain. So even if he has a legitimate stake, it's not going to be sorted out for like years. Well, even if it's fairy tales, if you write a story, like, it's just automatically your property. You may not own the characters, but you own the story.
Mr. Toad? Shit. Bigby! Listen, mate.
This is the same principle upon which that Sonic comic author that I find myself having to talk about is able to reprint
It's doing.
some of those issues that he wrote for Sonic just in their entirety.
Cross my arm. No need to kick up a fuss.
I'm looking at a 3-foot toad in a sweater. That's a problem. If you can't afford to look human, you're going to the farm. It's as simple as that.
So non-human looking fables have to have a glamour spell on if they're going to be in the city.
Go.
Otherwise, they have to be sent upstate
Glamour.
to a place where all the non-humans have to be, so they don't freak out the Mundies.
But the rates keep climbing up. Do you have any idea how much it costs to have an entire family in glamour?
And I'm choosing to be a hard ass about it, but
I don't make the rules. Sorry. I can't give you a free pass on this, Toad. My hands are tied.
Right.
There's too much at stake. Whatever it costs, it's worth it. You don't want me catching you out of glamour again.
sounds like the witches that give the spells are just constantly doing a price hike.
Sheriff, you're just gonna stand there? Do something, Bigby, before he completely tears up the place.
So, what am I walking into exactly?
Woodsman's on another bender. He's been going on like that for hours. Turn this place to dust if you let him. He's in a fucking rage. This is the last straw, Bigby. He has to go.
So what set him off?
Who knows what it was this time? Man's got a hair trigger. I avoid him as much as possible.
So,
When did he start drinking?
you know,
Not sure he ever
it just occurred to me they are actively working on the sequel to this game, and they have been for like 4 years. But regardless of whether
Furry prick goes shite. Tell me how to spend mine.
regardless of whether he can really declare it public domain, that was probably like not a super pleasant surprise to the people who were developing the sequel to
Then
this.
Get the fuck back inside.
You're gonna know who I fucking
All right.
hear me? Hey, look at me.
It's the 80s, so we still have payphones.
Take a look. Take a good look. Know who I am now? Hey, look at me.
Get off of me.
I think we just need to kick it down.
God damn you. Know who I am
Whoa,
now,
hey,
don't
hey!
You've got something on your face.
fuck are you talking about, you stupid? I'll fucking kill you. You fucker.
All right, Reggie.
Oh, he is not willing.
What are you gonna fucking do, huh? Get the fuck out of the way before you get the axe again.
You're drunk.
I know that
Think this
Willingham is also like, I don't think he's like, I don't think he's like
Down.
exactly MAGA, but he is like he does not have like
Not how it went last.
views that I agree with. But I'm unfamiliar with the comic book fan shit.
Had enough?
Oh, that was probably a bad idea.
At least it's a fucking challenge.
Back off, asshole.
now that I think about it, I don't think I know anything that Bill Willingham did aside from Fables. The fact that he put like a modern safety grip around his runic axe is wild in me.
You should probably get out of here.
Look, I'm not leaving until I get what's mine.
You're not getting shit, bitch. I'll fucking put you on the ground.
Hey, if you can't be nice, I'm gonna make you wait outside.
Oh, fucking shit. You bugged my jaw, you bastard.
And still you talk.
Fuck you.
Shit.
What the hell is going on? What happened?
A little misunderstanding that turned into a real shit show. Don't worry, you saw the best bits.
There's more where that came from, girly.
Knock it off.
But I kind of like hyper fixated on Fables for a while when I was a teenager.
Me, then I can go.
Are you all right?
I'm hunky dory. Thanks for asking.
I don't know how much it holds up, but
What's your name?
Whatever you'd like it to be, handsome.
Don't make this more difficult than it has to be.
Sorry, Sheriff. Wouldn't want to add any difficulty to your night.
Why was he hitting you?
He asked me if I recognized him, knew who he was. I said I didn't. He started beating on me.
Did you know me?
Started beating on him. That about cover it, hun?
I'm the woodsman, you whore. I saved Little Red Riding Hood from this monster. I cut this fucker open and filled his belly full of stones and threw him in the fucking river. That's who the fuck I am, you stupid bitch!
Would you excuse me for a moment?
By all means.
Come on!
So this call went great. Our little visit.
Shit. Hey, Toad.
My car.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Oh, no, by all means. Take your time.
So, how good is your insurance?
I can't be mad at you. I called you, and you come to help. I can't be mad. But even when you help, things end up more fucked than they started. Well, at least you're not fucking dead.
Well, he's the big bad wolf, and he's the sheriff. And because they needed to give him some kind of job to do.
I know you're fucking in there. Come on out, you fucking dog. I'll put you out of your misery. You fucking mongrel. You ignorant fuck. Come on out, Wolf.
In the dark future of 1996. So good.
What are you
Now, I know how that looks, but I assure you he will be fine.
You alright back there? I mean, your eyes and the teeth? You're
Not if I can avoid it.
Great.
The guy's got an axe in his brain. He's not feeling that.
It's more from me. He'll be fine.
I'll kill you, you fucking bitch.
Let me help you.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
He's had enough.
He's a fable. Son of a bitch can take plenty.
I don't know if taking it out of his head is the move, but okay.
Come on.
Here.
Thanks.
Who do you work for, really?
These lips are sealed. Sorry. Hey,
So this like kind of detective story is not really indicative of what the books are about.
Questions I can't
It's
help.
kind of just what this game is.
I'm answering them the best that I can.
I feel like we've met before.
We probably
Like for example, the books are in modern day, whereas this is the 80s.
But things change, I guess.
I guess.
I'm glad that his hair doesn't move. My favorite part.
Shit.
His license plate says
So,
totally. I didn't
don't
notice
have
that
to make
before.
Any more of a thing out of it than it already is.
It's not just about you. I can't have him running around the city in the state he's in.
Good, because I was just starting to worry it was all about me.
That's not what I mean. How much was it he owed you?
100.
I'm guessing it'd be bad for you to show up empty-handed.
I'll be fine.
Let's see, I've got, it's 20, 40, 7, 8, 58. It's all I got. It'll help, right? Take it.
It's okay. I'll be fine. You've done enough, really.
Just take the money, okay?
You got me out of a bad situation back there. Thanks.
I'm still gonna need a statement.
I have to go drop off what I have.
Meet me back at my office, then.
It's a little late for an office visit, Sheriff. I'll swing by your apartment.
How do you know where I...
You live in the smallest apartment in the Woodlands. Everyone knows that.
Good to know.
You should get cleaned up. You look like shit. And I don't use that term lightly. Some of these look pretty bad.
I clean up okay.
I'll believe it when I see it. Hey. I need to tell you something.
What is it?
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
Yes.
I'll see you around.
They don't really talk to normal humans. The goal is that nobody finds out magical shit. Well, they're fugitives from what they call the homelands, which is the worlds that the fairy tales take place in, and they moved back, and they had to flee to New York. So the goal is to just live out here and not attract attention. which they moderately failed at in this instance. They just live in a single neighborhood where called Fabletown, and they just are trying to put up as keep as low profile as possible. Yes, where magic is not a thing exactly. And that actually reminds me of something that I can segue into when we have a free moment.
Luxury apartments. Wish they wouldn't advertise that.
The premise is very interesting, and I think it leads to some interesting stuff in the comic itself. But
Sometimes be a disciplinarian. There's no walking on the grass, no White's orders. She made a sign and everything.
girl, you're a grown woman. Get out of there.
I'll be sure to send her an apology.
Beauty.
Hello, Bigby. I wasn't expecting anyone. I know this looks a little odd.
You're out pretty late.
Is there some sort of curfew I don't know about? What's with a third degree? Damn it, I'm late. Please, Bigby. Promise me you won't tell Beast you saw me. He worries too much as it is, and it would just make my life a lot easier. Just, please.
Look, whatever it is, it's between you and Beast. I'm staying out of it.
I don't have time to go into it right now. I'll explain it all to you later. I will, but I have to go.
I bet she won't explain it later.
It's not what you might be thinking.
Hey there, buddy.
Hey, you wink? Probably for the best. Flycatcher needs to dust this guy.
Who knows who that belongs to?
Been a while since I got any mail.
So I was going to talk about, well, technically this is an idea I've had for like a show.
7th day in a row.
For like, since like 2010, so like 15 years. So I had this idea for this, like we open up on the pilot of this guy getting inducted into a government department that investigates, subdues, and exploits the paranormal. But the catch is that none of those things actually exist in this world, and basically they just sit around and occasionally produce hoaxes to justify their budget. like the fake chupacabra sightings and shit. It's like Psych, but on like a crazier, grander scale.
Have you seen my wife? Have you seen Beauty?
And I was doing a little workshopping on it the other day.
So, have you?
Let's say that we haven't seen her.
Oh, okay. Sorry to bother you. Damn it. Something's going on.
I'm sure that won't come back to bite us. Give me 1 second. I've been drinking so many fluids to get over my cold, and it is ruining my bladder fortitude.
Damn, should have cracked a window.
But my idea is that the new guy that comes in is like the Mulder type who wants to believe, and he's just kind of so adorable that that the other cynical, jaded people feel bad about breaking his heart.
What a night. Why do I even own this? Should have got a smaller one.
Was he keeping cigarettes in his fridge? Is that what I was saying?
Damn it.
The Office is definitely the kind of vibe that I was like leaning towards, because I mainly just want to focus on the jaded characters.
Bluebeard.
But something an idea that somebody gave me is that what would actually, I think this would only, like, you could only do like maybe 3 seasons out of this, maybe 2. But a cool idea for a season would be that they accidentally kind of quote break the veil, and they do something that can't be covered up. So the like entire world thinks that like demons are about to invade. And they don't know what the fuck to do.
Don't even remember ordering that. Probably a bad sign.
Because at a certain point, like, the lie has been going on long enough that they're not just gonna get fired, they'll probably go missing if anyone ever finds out what they're doing. Let's turn on that fan.
Should help.
They have to show off like their magical prisoners every now and then. And let me use the restroom real quick and I'll be right back. Yeah. It needs more workshopping, but it does seem like a workable idea. But what I was saying is that they have like a couple containment wings. It's basically like the SCP wiki is kind of is a creepypasta where they write articles about the SCP Foundation, which is like a paranormal containment bureau. And my idea is that basically in my in my thing that they basically write articles like that, desperately hoping that the people who have to read it will buy it and not look into it further. But my idea is that they have like a couple cells where they keep like a weird goat that they've convinced their higher ups is like a skinwalker, and like a guy that they claim is psychic. When actually he just works there, and they just put him in the cell when the generals come over. And there is a maybe there's a general that becomes hell bent on weaponizing the creatures they have, and they have to they basically come to the conclusion that they have to either assassinate or like frame this general for treason to get him off their case. That is so funny that I was stood over here for so long and there's just a pig. Hey, Colin. How's it going, buddy?
Not again.
That is like peak comedy that it just panned over to.
Colin, get up.
Colin is drunk.
Oh, hey, Big B. I'm in your chair, huh?
Yeah, get out.
The pig can certainly talk. And he's supposed to be up at the farm, which is where they keep the non-humanoids. But he snuck out again.
Got a smoke?
I don't care if he can talk. I don't think we should be giving cigarettes to a pig.
Couple thousand more of these, we'll be even on that house you owe me.
This has gotta stop. You can't keep sneaking off the farm like this.
The fresh air and sunshine pitch they sell you on is bullshit. I didn't escape out of the homelands to end up in some prison, okay? Don't send me back there, Big B. You don't know what it's like, okay? You haven't been there.
Calm down. I'm not sending you back.
So this is one of the three little pigs, and he is using the karmic guilt to like basically just get away with shit, like showing up at his apartment.
That what you will. Now, I'm not saying it's reason enough for me to have definitely been offered a drink, but it would have helped ease some of the pain you once caused me, yes. It also would have shown everyone how different you are now. Nice. I take it all back. This is why everyone hates you.
So, everyone hates me.
Nah, I'm just giving you shit.
I'm doing my best here.
Clearly that is not true, what with the selfishness with the bourbon. But, no, hate's the wrong word. They fear you more than anything. You ate a lot of people back in your day.
I thought we were all supposed to have a fresh start here. I can't change the past.
Well, you can't change people's memories either. Look.
Well, I hope that you get it.
But it's real. People are scared of you.
I know that
Look at your hands.
that fanfic that you that Luke Cage fanfic you sent me. I know that that's like decades old, but you have some chops, so I hope it gets. I hope you get somewhere with it.
I was doing my job, believe it or not.
Your job is to beat the shit out of Fables.
Sometimes I take him to the farm.
Fuck you.
Okay, I did not tell him to say that.
You think my job is easy? You try keeping a bunch of Fables from killing each
I
other.
did. It was like 3 months ago, so I don't remember the specifics.
By being big and being bad.
But I just remember that it gets a thumbs up.
Big and being bad. Don't say that shit in front of people. It's embarrassing. That's the attitude that gets you in trouble. I'm sure you were shitty to everyone you came across tonight.
Not true. I helped a hooker.
Name one.
I don't actually know her name.
Awesome. Great example. Life is easier with friends, Bigby. And we live a long fucking time. I know you like this whole lone wolf thing you got going for yourself. But I've seen the way you look at Snow, okay? You're not fooling me.
So one of the things is they had to give Bigby Wolf something to do, because normally they would just ship him off to the farm, but but the agreement that the farm, the non-human animals made to agree to go to the farm is that he can never ever go up there because he like ate half of them. Fine, let's give the pig alcohol.
Thanks, Bigby.
And really, since I'm electing to not turn him in to the authorities, I feel like I don't have to give him alcohol. I feel like I've done my bit, you know?
Bigby!
Snow?
Come with me.
Snow. Snow!
What? Sorry, What is it?
Where are we going?
Out in front of the building. We have to get there.
Hi.
Hello. Good morning. Or evening.
Jimmy Olsen?
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
These walls are paper thin. We need to be careful. We'll talk outside.
Oh, thank God the guard was asleep. I don't think it's Jiminy Cricket. Pinocchio is a character, but I don't think he's in this game. Well, shit. I thought I really had a shot with her.
This girl is... She's not a Mundy, right?
I feel like since Snow White helps run this fucking town, that she should have like a better knowledge of all the people that fucking live here. And I forgot to select dialogue in
I
time.
feel like there's something you're not telling me.
The woodsman. He attacked her, I stepped in. And he threatened to kill us both.
No, you don't think he...
I don't think anything yet. Just give me a second.
It's just... terrible.
So, did you see anyone else?
No, no one.
No cabs, no voices, Mundies?
Maybe, but... No, I don't think so. I would remember.
Okay.
Bigby, did one of us do this?
There hasn't been a murder in Fabletown in a long time.
All
the more reason we shouldn't start a panic before we know what's going on. Have a look around. We don't have much time before people will be coming through here.
Well, Once Upon a Time was actually started development as an adaptation of Fables, and then it got then it, underwent a bit of a difference. So like, Once Upon a Time is like directly based on Fables. Something very sharp or something magic. So the axe is a viable option.
She was placed here with some care.
What do you mean?
You can see that someone didn't just toss her here. She was deliberately placed for us to find.
What kind of monster would do this?
Oh, I thought that was her tongue for a second.
It's her ribbon. There's some kind of symbol here.
Huh. I don't recognize it.
Neither do I.
I'll be here. We're doing this at least till the end of the episode.
I'm sorry. This is just so surreal. What do you want to do next?
We still have some time. I should keep investigating the area.
Okay, good idea.
Hey, Snow.
Let me talk to you.
All right.
Yes, thanks. But you should hurry.
Sorry. Give me 1 second.
We don't have much time left. We should head back inside soon.
Lady, I know you're my boss, but don't tell me what to do. I'm so hairy. You don't want to fuck with me.
No signs that it's been here long. Fabric. Looks like jeans. Doesn't tell me much.
I guess not, but at least we know that that's not something she was wearing. Unless she was wearing a jean skirt.
Just some loose trash. Yep, more blood. Someone might have gotten caught on this climbing over the fence. Blood. Still wet. Sharp enough.
I don't think that she cut her head off on the fence. The fence was the murderer all along.
What are you doing?
Better to be thorough.
Sure, just hurry up. We don't have much time.
Nobody there.
You don't say. And let me just do a thorough sweep of this perimeter.
really not sure how much time we have.
Well, I feel like we're done. Do we just go back inside?
Where are you going? Are we done?
I've seen enough.
What? Okay.
I mean, you were the one who is saying we were on a time crunch lately.
Move her before anyone shows up. We'll find out more at the business office. She'll be in the books. I'm sure of it. Bigby, do you have any idea what's going on? How did this happen? Why her?
This is a message.
A message? I don't know, Bigby. I get complaints at the office all the time, but just what about this makes you think that?
Whoever did this isn't exactly hiding it. The placement of the head, it's exact, purposeful. She was placed here precisely for us to find. All of us.
Well, yes. I guess you're right. The killer wanted us to know what they had done.
So all we found is like a piece of like somebody's jeans and some blood on the fence.
As long as King Cole is gone, he's acting mayor. He needs to know. And he's going to find out anyway, so we may as well get out in front of it.
I guess it's useless to drag.
And the acting mayor is a huge dickhead, so...
Happy, but it's just part of the process. Hopefully he can be rational about it.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
I'm not.
I just don't want him interfering.
We'll see. I'm at least gonna make it to the end of this episode.
Figure out who this girl was so we can find whoever did this.
I believe there's 5 episodes. They were released every couple
I'll
months.
meet you at the business office.
And I wasn't quite listening.
What are you, blind? What, you don't see there's a line? I've been standing here a half hour already. You get to just walk in? Must be nice being the sheriff. Do whatever the fuck you like.
Can I help you?
And what great work you do, Sheriff. That didn't feel very genuine. Fucker.
Because you are the one bringing this to me, Miss Snow. The one who so simply stumbled upon this catastrophe on our very doorstep. The last thing I need with Mayor Cole away is a hysteria. Do you understand me?
Yes, of course I
Don't
do.
interrupt me, Miss Snow.
You asked me.
God damn it. Ooh, created 1 day ago.
A question.
Don't change the subject. You are to blame for this unpleasantness, Miss Snow.
I brought you this news as soon as I could.
You are trusted to keep things running smoothly around here. This is a disaster.
If anyone's to blame, it's me. You don't need to be yelling at her.
Oh, your role in this is duly noted. Yes, let's talk about that. Sheriff, you are the one charged with protecting...
That is such slave owner facial hair. It's like, it's crazy.
Community. Tell me you've been doing something. Are there any leads? Suspects? Anything. Anything at all. Any shred of evidence you two know what the hell you're doing. Because right now, I have half a mind to fire the both of you.
Yeah, her pimp.
Her... was she,
Yeah. She was worried about a money situation.
Well, this is just wonderful. Not only is a Fable killed, but it was a Fable hooker to boot. You two need to get a handle on this situation quickly and quietly. The last thing we need is all of Fabletown knowing there's a killer amongst us.
Even
Snow.
Yes?
even though I know what is going on because I played this before, like the woodsman is a very unlikely suspect because
This minute and let her know I'm coming in early.
well, A, it's too obvious, and B, he was in no state to do something as like discreet as kill her and place it in the
Forget it.
in front of the building.
Do your job, Sheriff. Or we'll find someone who can.
Ooh.
You know what?
Stop. We'll get on it right away, sir. You would have just pissed him off more.
All right.
That's a good
That
point.
could have gone better. Well, maybe we should have dragged it out.
For what it's worth, I still think it was better to tell him.
Yeah, maybe.
He would have been he would have
Crane doesn't like people smoking.
thrown a fit any like no matter what happened.
Smoke away.
Who gets a massage this early?
Crane. It doesn't really matter the time of day. A mere scent of stress and he's out the door.
Is he gone?
Yes, thankfully.
Buffkin. He's really drunk.
Buffkin!
Hello, Miss Snow.
Drinking? This early? Where did you get that?
It was by Mr. Ichabod's desk.
Then don't you think it probably belongs to him?
Maybe. How are you today, Mr. Bigby?
Fine, Buffkin.
There's no need to be mean to Buffkin.
Buffkin, get the books.
Which books?
The ones with all the fables in it.
Not sure that was any more specific.
Bring the first 3.
Be back in a few minutes.
That's also doesn't seem like a very specific instruction.
He knows the ones I'm talking about. There's bound to be information on her here. Somewhere. We'll at least be able to get her real name from the books whenever Buffkin...
Is there like a flying pirate ship in here?
Poke around. Maybe the mirror can help. I really have to get this appointment squared away, but let me know if you need anything. Hello, Vivian? Hi.
Let me see if I can
Snow White.
scope that pirate ship.
Hi, yes. I'm just calling to let you know that Mr. Crane's schedule seems to have filled up for the rest of the day, and he's coming in early for his appointment. Yes, that's right.
So this is not really a spoiler, but Ichabod Crane is a pervert.
Yes.
So we are not, I'm not gonna beat around the bush on that. Like it's bad.
No, I can wait.
Magic lamps are pretty much just lamps.
He's lucky this is the 80s, or he would have been right out of here.
Worth a try.
Well, that's not what I have here. I can look through it again and get back to you.
Alright, we can ask the magic mirror. They'll look,
Hey,
well, we can ask the magic mirror for a couple things, actually.
You know the rule.
I don't have time for this shit.
Your impatience is callow. You're needlessly cruel, but have some respect for our history and rules.
Mirror, mirror. If you're able, tell me all about this fable.
See? Was that so hard?
Yeah, I'm about 2 seconds away from kicking a hole in you.
There's no need for that. Fine. Of which fable do you wish to know?
Ooh, let's do Snow.
Show me Snow White.
Do you think she likes me?
Request. She's in this very room.
Alright, let's go.
Show me Buffkin.
I feel like Buffkin's drinking.
Hey, put down the bottle and get to work.
Still looking.
I don't think they ever say in this game, but Buffkin is one of the flying monkeys from Oz. Let's go with Woodsman.
Show me the woodsman.
He is still technically a suspect.
Where is he?
What you see is complete. The woodsman stumbles down a street.
No shit. Which street?
I'm sorry, Bigby. I can only show you what can be seen.
He doesn't really look like he's in a state to do anything, do much of anything there. Well, that helped a lot.
Very well. Please return should you wish to ask about someone else. Or
Yeah.
someone new.
Ooh. But we can at least do a little bit of research to figure out who we're working with here.
Well, I'm sure we'll get it all cleared up.
Woodsman is a bit of an obvious.
Thank you.
Oh, it could not again. Yeah, Crane is a pervert. He's probably hired her before. He just doesn't realize it. He's getting a massage at like 7 in the morning. The actual mayor is on vacation or something. So Ichabod is in charge. They don't actually elect a mayor. They just crowned they just crowned King Cole mayor, and he's been mayor ever since.
Any information on fables in our community will be somewhere in these books.
I believe that their presence in the mundane world predates the founding of the United States. So they've technically been here longer than like New York has. Let me see.
Me. And him.
The woodsman?
Yep. And his axe.
Nobody ever knew his name.
Yeah, the two of them. I wonder what the story was.
You're getting warmer. But that's me.
Yeah, dwarves. Less said about that, the better.
I don't know why, but the way they are drawn is really funny to me.
Beauty in happier days. And her man, Beast.
Funny.
I'm not. Oh, there's the three little pigs.
Brothers.
I'm not seeing the girl, although Mr. Toad
Nice.
is here before his drinking problem.
I haven't seen Badger around for a while.
He likes his privacy, I think.
I wish Toad would like his game more. Ichabod Crane. Scared shitless.
What's that?
Your boss. His finest moment. Hard to understand how he ended up running this place.
Well, maybe it's time that changed.
I mean, Snow White does like 80% of the work anyway.
I've seen this before.
But that we found a ring inside her head, and that's the same symbol.
Same as the rings.
Could be her father or husband.
She's wearing her donkey cosplay.
And usually what family they come from. If it's in here, we'll have her name.
All right. There's like Norse mythology shit in here. Marvel gonna sue somebody?
What? I can't read any of this. I can help.
Yeah, thanks.
We look out for each other.
Don't overdo it. Bufkin, translate.
An exquisite design from the good china of Toad Hall.
Mr. Toad.
He probably wrote this in himself.
Let's see. That is just the Jabberwock from I think it was in Alice in Wonderland. Let me see. And this looks like Camelot shit.
What's that?
It reads, Mark of the House of the Frog Prince.
Not quite who I'm looking for. This looks familiar.
Yes, from the Axe of the Woodsman, a druid blessing, actually.
Someone bless that thing.
I only translate.
Well, this is the girl that that seems to be connected to the symbol.
It says Bricklebit in an older elvish hand.
What's Bricklebit?
A magic word.
What's it do?
Makes animals shit gold.
This is the one. Where's this?
Man, if Bigby wasn't illiterate, he'd be so powerful. Nobody could stop him.
Name? Alerlyrao? I'll go look it up.
Alenlyra. That means every kind of fur in German.
Donkey skin.
Yes. What does it say?
Donkey skin girl, also known as donkey skin, also known as ass skin, prefers to go by the name Faith. Poetic?
Buffkin, we don't need the commentary.
The story of donkey skin.
Well, he can't.
Once a great king with a
He can't read the old text that that these books are in.
After a long search, it became clear that the only woman in the land that could match her beauty was
And he was born as a wolf, and
his daughter, Faith.
at the later
She had a magic cloak made from the skin of her father's prized donkey that would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom. Eventually, she married a prince who could see past the...
Okay, so I accidentally talked over that part, but it's saying that the king was looking for a wife, and he wanted the most beautiful woman, and it turns out that that was his daughter, so she had to run away.
Her true beauty, and they lived happily ever after. Should I...
So that got really dark after I was talking shit. I guess that's her.
And what's her husband's name?
Cinderella's profile is classified.
We got what we came for.
Yeah.
Her name's Faith. She was married to Prince Lawrence. I mean, that's more than we...
Name was Faith.
Yeah.
We should talk to the husband.
You think he did it? Well, I know what it's like to have a falling out with a prince. I don't trust any of them at this point.
It's another example of being too obvious, but now that we have a name, we can actually get the magic mirror to talk to us.
Mirror, mirror, blah blah able, blah 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 about this fable.
Of which fable do you wish to know?
I'm curious. Oh, Faith's father. Let's see if we can rule him out as a suspect.
Show me Faith's father, the old king. Guess that crosses him off the suspect list.
That's just what he wants you to think. I'm curious what he says about Faith.
Show me Faith.
Through powerful magic, her whereabouts concealed. Unfortunately for you, these lips are sealed.
What?
These lips are sealed. It's not my choice of phrasing, Bigby. It's simply the way this has to be.
So, these lips are sealed is also what Faith said when we were trying to ask her something.
He's a prince, I think. Show me Prince Lawrence.
Oh, holy shit.
Been doing.
Oh my.
What?
Do you know where Prince Lawrence lives?
If he's a prince, probably relocated in the South Bronx. Yellow building, red window shutters?
Red frames.
Yep, that's the one. I can take us there.
Nobody right now.
Anything we can use?
Yeah, that'll have to do for now.
Come on, we're going over there. Sorry, I have to get that. Hello, Woodland's business office. Yes, He is. Hold on. Bigby, it's for you.
Bigby, it's me, Toad. You there?
What do you want?
Bigby, shit. Listen, right, there's a bloke upstairs going through all the woodsman's things. Get over here, Bigby, before he... wait, hang on. Oi, shit. Hey!
What was that about?
Hard to say. Something going on over at Toad's place.
What about Faith's husband?
I don't know. I couldn't really tell. But he could be in trouble. And we should go there anyway to search her apartment.
Okay.
Toad might have to wait.
Whenever you're ready.
So here is our first big choice. Is that somebody is rooting through Toad's apartment, and seems to have found out that Toad was talking to
Who was there?
the Big B.
I don't know.
But also, the prince seems to,
Was happy to see him.
at the very least, be bleeding out.
Lawrence can wait.
Yeah, you didn't see him. He could use some help too.
So delaying going to either of these places could be bad, but we got to choose.
Bloke upstairs going through all the woodsman's things.
You think he did it? What's her husband's name?
Lawrence. Prince Lawrence.
Let's see. I don't actually remember which one I usually go with. Oh, I know. I'll flip a coin. Heads, we go to Toads. Tails, we go to Lawrence. All right, Tails.
We need to tell him about his wife. He deserves to know.
You're right.
This is not going to improve our standing with Toad even a little bit.
Probably handle himself.
But
We'll have to.
I don't want to stay here any longer than we have to, so let's just pick an approach and stick to it, okay? Just humor me. Let's just keep our focus on questioning Lawrence. Where she was, who she was with, that sort of thing.
I got distracted, so I didn't have time to respond to that. He did not look like he was in a state to really answer our questions.
Lawrence, you in there? Hey, open up. It's Bigby. I need to talk to you.
So the general, well, I guess it's like any government, but generally they agree to to abide by Fabletown government's rules, and they'll be taken care of, but for whatever they need. But in practice, that doesn't really happen. Just like regular government. Because the Fabletown treasury is maintained almost entirely by charity. Yeah, no, we need to get in there.
All right, we'll try this out.
Guess we're out of options. Come on, help me up.
What? I thought that was a picture of like JFK for a second.
We're too late. That makes 2 Fables dead.
We probably should have gone to Toads first.
Who would do this to them?
I don't know, Snow.
Well, let's look at the knife first.
The mirror showed me this. It's sharp. There's blood on the blade.
So for those curious about the seeming disparity in like in terms of like how much injury Fables can take, the in-universe theory is that the more well-known a Fable is, the harder they are to kill. And since even their fucking government didn't know who they were, they don't have a lot of that. He did he overdose, slit his wrists and then shoot? Well, he wouldn't have shot himself in the torso, but
What is it?
This gun wasn't fired recently. Maybe a week ago. Or more.
Fingerprints?
They'll be on the grip and the trigger.
What are they?
Prescription sleeping pills.
let's turn that shit off.
That doesn't really help.
They never really look peaceful, do they?
I wouldn't know.
That left a mark. Ruined his shirt.
But I did catch a detail earlier. That does not explain that does not explain the trajectory of this bullet.
Bullet passed through the chair.
In a way that it couldn't have possibly passed through.
Snow, could you stand over there? Point towards Lawrence, as if you're the shooter.
This feels strange. What are you thinking?
The slug should have gone over there, right behind him. Not here.
Right. So the shooter stood somewhere else.
Maybe. Or we don't story.
Take that bullet. I think we've actually, I think I saw another hotspot.
Strange. Hard edge to this pool, like something was here.
That is my worst nightmare, by the way, is not being found for like a week.
Still a little sticky.
Still a little sticky, even though he was shot over a week ago.
Dry.
Okay, so the blood stains here are kind of abruptly cut off, which would indicate that this pullout was pulled down when they took place.
Son of a...
What is that?
It's words, Snow.
My dearest Faith, I never meant to hurt you, and I cannot endure knowing that I have. This was for the best. I'll see you again. Love, your devoted Lawrence.
I should know his face. There are so few of us. I should know his face.
What?
Oh God, Bigby, he's alive.
He's technically alive.
Get you back up.
He failed to blink for a long time.
What's going on?
We found you here, in your chair with what we thought was a fatal injury. We should call Swinehart.
Holy shit.
Look at you.
Wait a second on that, Snow. You know who I am?
Yes.
Good. I have a few questions.
What's this about?
Lawrence, what did you do?
I don't know. Shit.
What do you mean, what did he do?
I shot myself in the heart. Thought I'd be dead by now. Hurts like fucking hell.
Your heart's actually a little more to the center. Probably hit a lung.
Great. At least that's how I think it happened. Things are a little fuzzy.
I bet.
Thought it was a bad dream.
He went like a solid 10 minutes without blinking while we were in here.
I did it because I was ashamed. I couldn't live with myself, knowing I had done that to her. I did what I could to keep her away, but she still worries about me. She comes by, makes sure I'm okay. I'm a fucking burden. I'm useless. I don't want her to have to.
So this got really real fast.
Better off without me being here to drag her down. She deserves that. She's been through a lot. I just wish I could have done better by her. She's always been there for me. Go away. Just fucking go away.
I think we need to go with the half-truth.
Your wife is missing.
What? Oh, no. 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 No, no, no. I knew this would happen. Fucking Georgie.
That is such a funny name for him to cuss out.
Lawrence,
Do you?
are you expecting anyone?
He killed himself like it's like a week ago. Of course, he's not expecting anyone.
We need to know why whoever's out there is breaking in. I need your help.
What do I do?
Just play dead.
What?
Trust me. You can't move and you're conditioned anyway, so just stay still. The second we figure out what they're here for, Bigby will arrest them. Think about your wife.
Give me back the gun. Just in case.
Doing the telling her that she's missing is probably like questionable, but I think given the circumstances. Who the fuck is that? I swear to God, if that's Humpty Dumpty or some shit. We're not gonna jump out right now.
Just stay quiet, Lawrence.
I don't like that they modeled me and put me in the game. That's very upsetting. And I just realized that those jokes don't work anymore now that I've done my face reveal. But I'm still gonna do them.
Where's my...
Okay, we gotta get him.
Hey!
He went off script.
Hey! Stop! Leave me alone!
Well, shit. Okay. I didn't have my hands ready. Bigby easily could have jumped over that, but I don't think that's Humpty Dumpty because he would have been fucked up by that fall. He would have been absolutely obliterated. Oh, holy shit, what?
Hey!
Ease up, Bigby. We're on the same side here.
You son of a bitch. Make me run after you.
I forgot,
Private investigator. Just looking for the same answers you are. You're looking for the woodsman, right? My employer is looking to ask him a few questions too.
Who are you exactly?
I'm D, and I'm a private investigator. There's a business card in my shirt pocket. You can see for yourself.
This is for a sandwich shop.
Really? Huh. Must have run out.
Who hired you?
I can't tell you that. It's confidential. Sorry. Sure you understand.
Nope. Can't say that I do. Come on. You're coming with me.
This could have been easy.
Oh, don't worry. It still is. Come on.
Dumb.
Dumb? Yeah, it is. Look, it'd be much easier for you
No,
to...
I'm D. He's dumb.
Bigby, come on.
You almost looked peaceful.
So I was intentionally guessing very close to the actual answer.
Yep.
Except you're lying in a dirty alley.
Yep.
With an open wound on the back of your head.
Yep. Where'd they go?
Well, after the one guy hit you, and the other one finished kicking you,
That explains the ribs.
then they jumped into a car and drove off. Come on, get up. We should check in on Toad, see if there's anything there that can get us back on the trail.
Okay, so the only saving grace from this experience is that we saved the prince's life.
On Toad's car.
You guys made a real mess.
Yeah. Looks worse in the day.
I forgot that we just busted a hole in his fucking
Hopefully
apartment.
nobody's here.
We came all this way for nothing.
All right, son. All right, he's gone.
Excuse me, give me one moment.
He's left. It's over now.
Okay, so clearly
Is that his son?
Toad's? I think.
it kind of does.
Be nice.
That's a coincidence. Shout out to Viper Fox as usual. It's my old D&D character that I got way too attached to. From the campaign that I played with Vanny like years ago.
Hey, Toad. You in there?
Yeah.
Bigby! And Miss White! Surely you didn't come all this way just for my bother? Sorry, Bigby. It's embarrassing to have to admit, but I thought there was someone else in Woody's place. There wasn't, though. Not when I checked. Nothing but a leaky drain pipe. Imagination must have got the best of me. So, you know, false alarm. Sorry for dragging Miss White into this, but thanks for coming. Much appreciated.
We heard someone crying.
Oh, the boy stubbed his toe on the bed frame is all. It stings.
So he's full of shit because we heard him tell his boy that that the bad man is gone. And I was thinking that
Is your son in there?
He's fine, Miss White. Just stung his little toe. Better swimmer than...
so I think realistically
So, I guess we can
Fables,
take it
since
off
it's
now.
based on characters that are
Not
almost
around here
exclusively
anymore.
public domain, that you
I
could
mean, I'm sorry you
realistically
came all the way here for nothing.
just shave off the serial numbers and do the same plot without using the
Yeah,
explicit
I know,
names
and I
of the
appreciate it, mate, but
the
Fine.
explicit names and terms that the Fable comic series came up with.
Things out first.
All right,
Like you wouldn't be
all
able to
right.
go
Just
with
don't waste
Bigby
your
Wolf
time,
as a name. I don't think.
Have a seat. Have a cup of tea. Whatever you like.
TJ? Are you alright?
But given that it's like full of public domain characters and it was published under the Vertigo imprint, I would actually, and I've honestly kind of just operated under this premise that you could just have Fables going on in the background and just tap into it in a larger DC universe when you want.
Just mind the upholstery.
Maybe not the exact plot where they're like in New York, but
Sure thing.
just accepting that fairy tale characters are real and they come from another dimension.
this happen?
Fucking hell. Damn thing must have fell off a table.
Uh-huh. The lamp just fell off the table.
Well, the boy was faffing about, playing salts and saltfish. Who knows with the lad?
Uh-huh. So the lamp wasn't plugged in the first place.
Your lock's busted, too. This place is falling apart.
Eh?
The lock. It looks like somebody kicked in the door.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, a fucking lock's been busted for weeks, mate. Right, it's just like everything else in this bloody building.
It really does look like it's been kicked in now. Alright, we gotta take a look around to like see if we can catch him in any more lies. What is this?
Something?
What do you mean?
There's a clean space in the dust over here.
Ah, maybe one of Junior's toys or something? I mean, who knows? It's a pauper's apartment, Bigby, with a door and all. What do you want?
Okay, so that's the lamp that was over there. So he's full of shit.
If you're gonna say something, out with it.
That broken lamp used to be here, right? Just tell me what happened.
Nothing happened, mate. Nothing! And why did the lamp have to be there, of all the bloomin' pointless inquiries? It's my own place. Don't you think I know what happens in it?
Because it wasn't on that table, Toad. There isn't any room in the electric outlets.
Huh? What are you...
It was plugged in over here, and now it's there.
I did some refiguring. Who fucking cares?
And to not plug it in? Come on, Toad.
I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. You see how many damn plugs there are? I'm sure Junior's mocked the walls up as well with the gunk those toys carry.
You bleeding?
Why? Is that...
It's blood. Still fresh.
Oh, well, I cut me hand. Ran around like a tit trying to pick out a wrap. Must have got some on the furnishments.
Sounds painful.
Oi!
There was not a wound on his hand.
Now. The wound didn't sit very long, you know.
Okay.
It's been a fable, I suppose. And a frog.
More blood over here.
On the poker?
Yeah. What happened?
Oh, well,
Taking so long to get here
that's how it happened, didn't it? I was
probably
poking the clothes and it slipped a bit.
made him much more unlikely to talk to us.
Looked like a shit ugly thing. Okay, Sheriff. Now what?
Wait. You dropped it on your foot? You told me before that you cut your hand.
Yeah, no, I did cut my hand. I cut my hand first, and that made me drop the damn thing on my foot. Ruinous flip of events, really. Oh my God, will you not make a big faff out of this? There's nothing to solve here, Sheriff. I'm telling you everything that happened. Why don't you believe me? I mean, things happen, you know.
This apartment's a goddamn mess, Toad. Looks like after a struggle, or a fight. And I don't know why you cover for it, but I know you're lying about
But
son.
I'm not...
And you're just gonna make it worse for yourself the longer you keep up the act.
I'm not bullshitting you. Honest.
We'll see.
Is there anything else?
What is it now? If it's blood, you know what happened.
No, there's marks here on the windowsill. And what's that about?
No real reason. Just last night, when I'd come out, I was in a downright dizzy, mate, as you would be. And I plumb forgot the keys to this place. And I had to climb in through the bloody window.
Really?
Scared Junior half to death. You heard the new Shakin' Stevens album yet?
So that's another easy easy lie.
Thought you wouldn't need keys, since the lock's broken, so why'd you climb in through the window?
Huh?
Why'd you climb in through the window? You said it yourself. The lock's been rotten for weeks. You wouldn't have needed a key to get in.
Fucking hell. Just what are you on about, mate? After the state I was in, I didn't have me head, that's all it was. I forgot the fucking handle was fucking busted. And I'll tell you what else. It's embarrassing you bringing all this shit up, alright? So quit it with a third degree and all that. Bigby, come on, I'm begging for mercy over here, old boy. I was looking forward to a nice afternoon, just me and me son, and you've taken up enough of a day with all this sniffing around at me private belongings. I'm sorry I called, really I am. But will you please just bugger off?
Not yet.
Not yet? No one fought anyone, Bigby. There wasn't any scrap. So when? When are you gonna leave? I mean, I feel like I'm on trial here. In my own bloody home.
When? When you start telling me the truth, Toad.
Well, I've told you the truth, mate. Jesus Christ, what more do you want?
Toad, these stories have made no sense. You didn't cut yourself on the poker. You didn't forget your keys. You didn't bump the lamp off the table. You want to tell me what's going on?
She doesn't think much of me, I don't think.
Oh, I wouldn't necessarily say that. Progress?
Oh no, he's
Mr.
cute.
Toad, you're bleeding.
Take off the hat.
Oh dear.
It was that butchery.
Bigby should have been able to smell that.
You gotta strip them down to their johnnies before you can tell which is which. They come bulging in, screaming about something the woodsman had. Or thought he had, I don't know. He tore up the place, beat me up when I said I didn't have it. And if you had come in when I asked you...
He has a...
maybe he
Bigby
wouldn't
has a
have
super
taken
sniffer. He should have been able to smell
me
that.
boy.
He hurt Toad Jr. How awful.
What the hell does he care? It's always the same with you, isn't it, Bigby? If I'm in trouble, need help, if I call about something, you always take a livelong day to get here. What if he done something worse, eh? I'm tired of feeling trivial, mate. A lot of us are.
We're sorry, TJ. Really. We were lucky it didn't go any further.
What was he looking for?
I have no idea.
That's a tough one to know which place to go to first, because
But he said if word of this ever got back to him,
spoilers, if you come here first, the prince dies, for sure.
I even tried to give the bastard a coat. He wouldn't take it.
Whose coat?
So like, there's no good option here,
Who live here.
unless you purely are just concerned about keeping the largest number of people alive.
Turn around here would astonish you, mate. They'll merely repossess what's been left behind.
Well, we'll be taking the coat now. If she has next of kin, family, anyone.
All right. Fetch him the fur. Fine bit of dress it is.
Alright, I think we have roughly half an hour left in this episode. He stole the fucking donkey skin?
No, I wouldn't wear it outside.
envelope.
Fucking hell, of course there is. For my luck, it's a map to some bloody doubloons.
It's addressed to Prince Lawrence. What do you want to do with it?
Don't make it a dilemma.
I'm sorry, Faith.
What could she have been sorry for?
I don't know. But maybe Lawrence does.
Well, it's been quite a surprising day for all of us.
Maybe she's sorry for being a prostitute.
But I'm afraid of dripping any more blood in the place.
It was very nice talking to you, TJ.
Thanks. See ya.
And don't worry about what happened earlier. Just feel better, okay?
And if you're looking for the woodsman, try down at the Trip Trap.
All right. Regardless of his skills, we do need to talk to the woodsman. I again am almost positive that it couldn't be him.
Smoothly?
Not often.
So, split a cab?
Sure. I can only go to the Trip Trap for now anyway.
Even by Fable standards, he's not going to be sneaking around after he had an axe in his head.
There. Or, I don't know. Someone who will know where to find him. It's my best lead.
Our only lead, really.
When you put it that way.
Every time I think I'm getting a handle on what's going on, things just get more complicated. It feels like we're always a step behind.
The woodsman is the only lead we've got, and he was one of the last people to see Faith alive. Getting some answers out of him will start to clear things up.
I hope you're right. Bigby, be honest with me. Who do you think did this?
We
know
don't-
It's still early, but I just feel a step behind.
So Bluebeard is the guy that killed his wives, but he has not come up.
Faith was in trouble.
But like the pimp is the most likely suspect.
Find out who. Might be whoever she was working for. There's still
It's
a lot
literally
of
impossible for it to be Prince Lawrence, so
figure out what he knows and go from there.
Makes sense. That's probably the best approach.
because he was dying in his apartment for over a week.
Thanks
I
for
wish
you.
there was... Sorry.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's nothing. I just... Seeing all this today, there are fables that are struggling worse than I'd imagined. We pay so much attention to the residents of the woodlands. You forget there's a whole community out there to serve. To have to turn to prostitution. I wish there was more we could do. This isn't how I thought it would be. But Crane runs things his own way.
Crane is the one to blame here, not you.
Obviously, you don't know what I do all day. Right now, I'm the gatekeeper, making sure none of these disenfranchised folks are, as he puts it, wasting his time. I'm more to blame than anyone.
You'll fix it.
I mean, it's good money that Crane is involved somehow.
I don't know. It's just a broken system. The fables who walk in through the back door like Bluebeard, we have all
And I
the
will
time in the
say
world for them. You should
that I
go
hope
to the
people
front
stick around to
door
the
and
end
do the
because
proper
this
things.
episode
anything
I believe.
can help.
I believe it's this episode has a really great ending.
Now things are worse off than they've ever been.
Well, that's not true.
Right. We've had it worse, but not by much. Maybe this isn't for me. I thought public service was pure.
You should stick it out. There are fables that would give up a lot to be in the position you're in, and I think it's easier to change something from the inside.
You're telling me change comes from within.
Sure.
Not the advice I imagined hearing from you.
I'm full of surprises.
Maybe you should handle this one.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Bigby.
We should just, like, assault every pimp we see until we get him.
Just be careful.
I've never sounded more like a cop in my life.
The same goes for you.
I will.
Alright. Let's see what's going on in here.
What do you want, Sheriff?
Well, talk to you later, Blackstone.
I'm looking for the woodsman.
Well, he's not here. So I guess you can go now.
Look, I'm not even gonna ask where he is now, okay? I just want to know the last time he was here. That's all.
Who?
I'm being nice, so try again.
He hasn't been here for a few weeks. No, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he hasn't been here in a while, if he's been here at all, which I don't know.
I'd just like some help, and I'll be out of here.
Well, I'd be willing to help you out of here. Would that help?
And I just realized that I actually have an appointment at like 7 in the morning, so now would be a good time to actually call it